So the question of the day today is, what do acceptable people look like? The people you feel, oh, me, I'm not as acceptable. Those are the ones that deserve the limelight. Those are the ones that deserve to be, given attention. What do they look like? This was a question that I asked my client, one of my clients today, in today's morning sessions, because she was like, I don't think I'm very acceptable. I don't even count myself among those who need the spotlight or who need to be heard from, or so the question is, what do acceptable people look like? What do they eat? How do they work? How do they sleep? Like, what is it about them that makes you think they are acceptable? Number two, what measuring tool are you using to measure their acceptability? What, according to you, makes them acceptable and makes you not acceptable? So I'll tell you two things. Number one, the reason you think they're acceptable is because they've decided I am acceptable. They've decided I have a lot of value to give. In their corner, they've done a bit of inner work and they've searched themselves and they're like, you know what? I am worthy too. I have a lot of value to give. I have a lot to give the world, and I am enough just the way I am. And so by the time they're walking out here, they have that energy of, I am acceptable. They have an energy about them, and that is the energy you suck into. So being acceptable is mostly about you liking yourself in your own space. When we are not there, in your own space, in your own corner by yourself, what do you think about yourself when you are not there? What are some of the conversations you have in your own space about you being acceptable, about you being worthy? This is a question I ask a lot of my clients when they talk about, I don't feel worthy. When a child is born, like a newborn, a child is born just now, do you think that child is worthy? Do you think that baby is worthy without clothes? Babies are born naked, right? They have no clothes or anything. Do you think that baby is worthy? So at what point does that child stop being acceptable? At what point do they stop being worthy? They never stop. So it's just in your head, yeah? Do some inner work, search yourself. What makes you think you're not acceptable? There are a lot of good things about you, but you need to know them. You need to search yourself. You need to do a lot of inner work. You need to start liking yourself. Do I even like let's even not talk about love. Love is too far. Let's look at like, because you want to spend time with people you like, right? But now you spend every second with yourself, and everywhere you go, there you are in your own space, alone in your house. That's why some people tell me, I cannot be alone. I can't just not be without a boyfriend. I don't want to stay at home alone. It's because you don't like yourself. You don't want to spend time with people you don't like. You really have to do a lot of work to start liking yourself. Yeah. And another question to ask yourself about acceptance is, what is it about you that needs to change? Sometimes it's because you have low self-esteem. Sometimes it's because what is required of you to start respecting yourself, because the key to self-respect is becoming someone you would respect. Those things, like maybe if it's your weight, what are you doing about it? Maybe it's even how you dress according to that weight. Maybe it's even what you think about people who have that kind of weight. If it's about discipline, money discipline or relationships discipline, what needs to change? Where can you start from? Because as much as we sit here and start saying, oh, you are acceptable, you need to accept yourself, maybe there are behaviors we have that we know. We can also see our own behaviors. There are behaviors we have that we know we need to do something about them, to start liking ourselves a little bit more, to start spending more time, to start wanting to spend more time with ourselves. Yeah. If this is an area of an issue for you and you'd like my support, you can always hop onto my self-awareness package. But in the meantime, try to ask yourself, what do acceptable people look like? What is it about me that makes me think I'm not acceptable? And are there things about me that I'd want to change about myself? Are there things about me that I want to polish in terms of my personal growth? What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you surrounding yourself with? Because sometimes it's even your environment. If you're around people who belittle you, who call you names, who body shame you, and then you walk around here saying, I'm not acceptable, it's because also of your environment. Anyway, I've spoken a lot today. Bye.